In today's world, places are supposed to be accessible. People move freely around the country they live in, and even between countries. However, there are places in the world that, even today, are strictly off limits to just about everyone. This list explores 5 such places around the world that almost no one has access to. And we want to give a huge shout out to Bartosz Jasinski for commenting on our last video. Number 5. Heard Island, Australia. Heard Island is in the middle of the ocean between Australia and Antarctica, so even if you were allowed to visit the island, it would be difficult to get there, and the government wants to keep it that way. Only by very remote methods does anyone know anything about the island. It is known that the animals that live on and around the island are unique to that area. In other words, Heard Island is a beautiful, pristine wilderness that has not had any contact with humans. In order to keep the island in this pristine setting, the government of Australia has made it illegal to visit the island. As stated, there have been remote expeditions to learn about the island, but people are not permitted to visit the island for any reason. Imagine an island so untouched by humanity, meaning that the animals who call it home have never been seen by anyone. That would be Heard Island, the secret Australian island that about which the government says, keep away. Number 4. Poveglia, Italy. There are several rumors and theories surrounding the history of Poveglia, but it is hard to tell what is true and what is not. The only thing that is certain is that visitors are not permitted on the island, and for good reason. The island was used to house plague victims in the late 18th century. That has led to the belief that half of the surface of the island is made up of human remains. Later, Napoleon used the island as a weapons cache because it is so small and difficult to find. However, his enemies did find the island, and there was a bloody battle at the site. In the early 20th century, a mental hospital was opened on site, which was closed about 40 years later. All of this history has led to the belief that the island is haunted. The island of Poveglia certainly has seen more than its fair share of deaths. Plus, mental hospitals always lead to stories of ghosts and haunting. Number 3. North Brother Island, United States. North Brother Island is home to Riverside Hospital, or what is left of the hospital. The state of New York purchased the island in 1885 in order to build the hospital. It was built in order to house extremely contagious people. People with diseases like typhus, tuberculosis, yellow fever, and smallpox. And after that, it was used to house heroin addicts. However, it is now closed, abandoned, and falling apart. And due to the storied history of the hospital, no one is allowed to visit North Brother Island. The history of the hospital, including its most famous guest, Typhoid Mary, makes for a huge draw for history buffs and ghost hunters from all over the world. Even if you were brave enough to spend a night at Riverside Hospital, the state of New York absolutely forbids anyone from visiting the island. There are many theories that exist about why no one is allowed on the island, but we may never know why Riverside Hospital and North Brother Island are permanently closed to the public. Number 2. Coca-Cola Vault, United States of America. What do you think the most carefully guarded secret in the world is? If you guessed the secret to the Coca-Cola recipe, then you are correct. The recipe for Coca-Cola is stored in a special vault in Atlanta, Georgia. The secret to the recipe for Coca-Cola has been kept for over 125 years, and it will likely continue to be kept. With the intense security that surrounds the vault and the design of the vault itself, there is very little likelihood that anyone will get into the vault. Your money in the bank vault is probably less secure than the Coca-Cola vault. How does that make you feel about the security of your bank? Coca-Cola's recipe is the secret to their success as a company, so they obviously do not want anyone to know the recipe. That is why they have the vault and the secrecy. At least they do offer visitors the opportunity to see the vault and tour the museum, but absolutely no one will see the inside of the vault. Number 1. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. Carved 500 feet into the side of a mountain in Norway is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. The vault is designed to hold 4.5 million types of seeds, with 500 seeds of each variety. The idea is to keep seed populations safe in the event of a localized disaster. But many people believe the seed vault is designed for a doomsday scenario in case the world needs to be reseeded. Whatever the case may be, no one is allowed to visit the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Norway was chosen as the site of the Global Seed Vault because it is a naturally cold place, which means equipment does not need to be used to keep the seeds stable. Also, the relatively low humidity is ideal for storing things like seeds. However, probably the biggest reason Norway was chosen is because the world trusts Norway, and the country is relatively safe. But that does not stop the need for security at the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Because of the need to keep the seeds safe, security is very tight at this location. There are no tours available, and only the highest privileged people have any sort of access. This may also mean that there is more to Svalbard Global Seed Vault than actually meets the eye. Well, there you have it. Those are 5 places around the world that almost no one has access to. If you enjoyed the video, then please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel if you're new. And until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.